What's up guys, Alvaro here. Welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. On this channel we talk about the markets and we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. And in this video, and as I do it Mondays through Thursdays, I want to make a quick stock market update, so I want to break down some technicals, going over the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, which happen to be the most important indices of the United States stock market. And at the end of the video, I am going to break down from a technical standpoint for stocks that tomorrow are going to be on the very top of my personal watch list. So without further ado, let's get started. And when we still have 3 more minutes in today's trading session, we are having pretty much another green day all across the board, other than the Russell 2000, which is pretty much breaking even, guys. It is down as of now 0.06%, but we find the Nasdaq up 0.19%. The Nasdaq and the Nasdaq 100, both of them reached new all-time high in today's trading session. The S&P 500 reached yet again a new all-time high, and it is up as of now 0.34%, and the good old Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 0.36%. So we still have 2 more minutes, and as usual, when I am editing the video, I am going to leave on your screens the final close of every single one of the major indices of the United States stock market. Listen up guys, tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to have once again the good old CPI data report coming out. That is going to be extremely, but I mean extremely important for growth stocks, tech stocks, and higher multiple stocks in general terms. So analysts are expecting this report to reflect an increase of 0.5%. I think, and this is my personal opinion, that if we happen to have a report somewhere between 0.5% and even up to 0.7%, that shouldn't, create negative effects in the market. However, on the flip side, all right, and God forbid, if we happen to have a crazy number in terms of inflation increase, let's say, I don't know, 0.8, 0.9%, that is going to be very, but very negative for higher multiple stocks, growth stocks, and tech-oriented stocks. So tomorrow, we have to keep a close watch on the 10-year Treasury yield and the 10-year Treasury bond as well. If this report happens to come pretty much as expected, we might see some sort of drop when it comes to the 10-year Treasury yield, and therefore we might see the 10-year Treasury bond shooting up. So watch out for that tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now let me show you guys, because this week the new earnings season is kicking off, and this is going to be a very interesting week, because we are going to have very important banks reporting earnings. So tomorrow, before open, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. We also have PepsiCo, which is not a bank, obviously, but is a very important company. And that is going to be, those are the most interesting reports in tomorrow's trading session. As I just said, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and PepsiCo. Then on Wednesday, before open, we have Bank of America, Delta Airlines, Wells Fargo, Citibank, or Citigroup, rather, and BlackRock. So both days, Tuesday and Wednesday, are going to be extremely, but extremely important in terms of earnings. Remember, guys, that the financial sector is a very important sector inside the S&P 500. So if these banks happen to report worse than expected earnings, that might end up affecting the S&P 500. And keep in mind, guys, and this is something very, but very important, watch out for the world, not for the world, for the word. Watch out for the word inflation in this upcoming earnings season. The markets are going to keep a close watch on that word when every single company reports earnings. If most of the companies out there that are about to report earnings talk about inflation during their earnings calls, that is going to be a bit negative for growth and tech-oriented stocks, because that might potentially boost once again the inflation fear. So watch out for that when it comes to this new earnings season. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500, which reached once again a new all-time high in today's trading session. And by the way, in today's trading session, guys, the financial sector was the sector that led the way. We can argue that because, the markets are expecting these banks to report better than expected earnings. Let's hope for the best. Okay, so let me zoom in here. Well, we have a new all-time high at 4,386 points. The RSI is getting overheated once again. We can see the RSI at 71 points, and the S&P 500 ended up going up today 0.35%. And as I just said, guys, the financial sector is a very important sector inside the S&P 500. So we can make the case that if tomorrow both Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan happen to report better than expected earnings, the S&P 500 might pull up once again another green day. And taking into account that we closed 2 points below the new all-time high in this index, so if those two banks happen to report good earnings tomorrow, we might see another all-time high in the case of the S&P 500. And other than that, there's nothing wrong with this tape. We are on a clear uptrend, and the S&P is trading above the moving averages, and we can make the case that this index is getting too far away from the 50 SMA, not to mention the 180 SMA and the 4 hours. So we might see a drop in the S&P 500 sooner rather than later. And I am not going to waste my time, calling out levels of support and resistance, because this index, and as I just said, if JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs happen to report good earnings tomorrow, we might see another new all-time high in the S&P in tomorrow's trading session. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the Nasdaq 100, which as well reached a new all-time high in today's trading session, and it is also getting very overheated. We can see over here the relative strength index of this index at 77 points. And I don't know, guys, take a look at the relative strength index. So the RSI, guys, of the Nasdaq 100 has been at or above 70 points since June 22nd. So this index is literally defying gravity. And I am not going to waste my time over here, guys, calling out levels of support if we happen to see a pullback tomorrow in the case of the Nasdaq 100. There is nothing wrong with this tape. This index is also getting too far away from home base, from the moving averages. So we are going to see at some point some sort of pullback in both the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500. And again, guys, I am not calling out for a debacle, a 5% drop, a 10% drop, a correction, an apocalypse. That is not what I am calling out. I'm just saying that maybe if the Nasdaq 100 happens to pay a visit to 14,576 points near the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, we are talking about a 2.50% drop. That is going to be very, but very healthy. Take a look at the RSI, guys. Unbelievable. So this index has been trading with the RSI being at 70 points or above since like 20 days ago. This is not healthy, guys. So that's it. We have a new all-time high at 14,899 points. And yeah, we might have another all-time high tomorrow. Why not? If we have already seen the Nasdaq 100 trading with the RSI at 83 points. As of now, it is at 77 points. So let's see what happens tomorrow. There's nothing wrong with this tape. And at some point, guys, I am sticking to my guns. We are going to see some sort of a small pullback in both the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500. And now let's go ahead and take a look at good old AMC Entertainment. And I know that there are a lot of people suffering as of now with AMC Entertainment, all right? So AMC went down today 7.75%, and it closed today's trading session at $42.61. And we can make the case, guys, that since the bulls are still holding $40, as a lower support, because take a look at these guys. I mean, the bulls couldn't hold $40. This was on last Thursday, and they paid a visit to $38.85, and immediately after that, this stock bounced back up. So as soon as as long rather, the bulls remain trading above $40, there is still hope. In the case of AMC Entertainment, the RSI is at 34 points, so AMC is about to enter into oversold territory. I am still holding my shares. I am not paper handing my 50 shares, and I am gonna wait, guys. I still need to see AMC taking on $52, which is a previous area of support that now is going to act as a new area of resistance, because it is a previous area of support that is coinciding with the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So let's see what happens over here, guys. If any of you has shares of AMC, you gotta be patient and you have to stand the pain, because whoever bought shares of AMC at $64 or $70 was actually thinking that AMC was going to go to the moon, right? Okay, so as of now, this stock isn't going to the moon. We already broke we already broke the two moving averages that at least I used on the 4-hour to the downside, the 50 SMA and the 180 SMA. So AMC isn't looking any good. And I think, guys, that if $40 happens to be broken again to the downside, then the next important area of support is going to be $37. And on top of that, guys, $37 is a previous area of lower support that already acted as such. Sorry, guys, that already acted as such for AMC on 1 and 2 occasions before. So I think, guys, that if AMC happens to break $37 to the downside, this is going to be good night, Irene. That's it, guys. Because if that level of support happens to be broken to the downside, then the next important area of support is going to be at around $30. So that would imply that momentum is completely gone. And take a look at the volume. It kind of picked up a bit when AMC bounced off $38 the other day, but today the volume was, like extremely low. So I don't know, guys. I am going to hold my shares, obviously hoping for the best, but AMC isn't looking any good over here on the 4-hour, and we have to be patient, guys. Let's be patient, and that's it. I have nothing else to say, guys. And the second stock of this video is going to be another stock that isn't looking any good. Wkhs Group. Wkhs went down today 1.46%, and it closed today's trading session at $12.79. So let me zoom in here, guys, on the 4-hour and take a look at this, guys. This is a textbook former support turned into a new resistance at $13 for Wkhs. So $13 is a previous area of lower support that already acted as such for Wkhs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 occasions before, and the bulls of Wkhs haven't been able to take on $13 in the last 2 trading sessions. So in the case of this stock, guys, I think that we have 2 possible scenarios. The first scenario would be a bullish scenario in which the bulls of Wkhs can take on $13, and after having taken on that level of resistance, maybe they can start to consolidate slightly above $13 in order to gather momentum to make a push higher and pay another visit to the infamous resistance of $18. $18 is an area of resistance in which the bulls of Wkhs already failed on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 occasions before, guys. A critical level of resistance. So let's say that tomorrow or in the upcoming days, I see Wkhs bursting above $13 and starting to consolidate slightly above $13. Let's say that maybe, I pick up 100 or 150 shares of Wkhs at $13.30 and I write them up to $18. I could be potentially locking in a profit of 25%. So that's the bullish scenario. What happens, guys, if the bulls of Wkhs keep on failing at $13? I think that if that happens, they could fill the gap down to the other important area of support for workers at around $9.50. $9.50 is a previous area of lower support that already acted as such for workers on 1, 2, and 3 occasions before. So if workers can't take on $13, I mean, if the bulls of workers are not able to burst above $13, this stock is definitely a no touch for me, guys. I don't want to be involved with workers if this stock happens to drop and pays a visit to $9.30. And the third stock of this video is going to be, obviously, guys, who is recording a YouTube video about the stock market today without talking about SPCE, good old Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic went down today 17.30%, and it closed today's trading session at $40.69. However, it is trading after hours at $41. So we can make the case that this stock is up after hours, and despite the fact that everything went well with Sir Richard Branson's flight, obviously, guys, I mean, this was a no-brainer. And I said this in a video that we posted 1 or 2 weeks ago. This company, at these levels, above $40, $50, you know, needless to say, $60 per share, this company is going to raise capital. I mean, it is extremely obvious. This company doesn't make any revenue, zero. And financing these kind of operations about flights and, you know, needless to say, suborbital flights, I mean, that requires a lot of money. This was a no-brainer. I mean, I said it and it happened, and the company is raising $500 million. I think that at an average price of $44 per share. So the stock obviously took a huge hit today. However, I took advantage of the dip. Let me show you over here, guys, because you know that I put my money where my mouth is. So I ended up purchasing 50 shares of SPCE at $43.49, and as of now I have an unrealized loss of $124, but I didn't purchase. If you guys remember, I was day trading SPCE last week, and I was you know, taking my trades with 100 shares. So today it was looking very ugly. It was looking like a falling knife. So I decided to purchase 50 shares instead of 100, so I could average it down at a lower price if needed, and it might be needed, who knows. So what's my plan when it comes to SPCE, guys? Well, first of all, my price target, or my ideal price target, and talking about a swing trade, would be $54. Is Virgin Galactic going to be able to get up to $55 anytime soon? That's anyone's guess. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. However, guys, take a look at how. Let me pull up here real quick the 1 hour chart. So the bulls managed to find support at $40. We had a bunch of bulls stepping in, a bunch of buyers stepping in at $40. And why? Well, because $40 already acted as a lower support on 3 occasions in recent days. So I'm thinking, guys, that if SPC happens to break the support at $40, the next important area of lower support is going to be at $33. $33 is a previous area of support that already acted as such for SPCE on 1, 2, 3, and 4 occasions before, but it also acted as a resistance on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 occasions before. So in my case, and since I already own 50 shares of Virgin Galactic, if the $40 happen to be broken to the downside, I am going to purchase 50 more shares at around $33.80 or $34. Or if Virgin Galactic happens to reverse this horrible drop that we saw in today's trading session, and if it happens to pull up, then I am going to close this trade at around $55. That's it, guys. I might buy more shares if this stock happens to burst above $43, which is a previous area of support that already acted as such for SPC on 1, 2, 3, and 4 occasions in recent days. So watch out for SPC, guys. I truly believe that the lower support of 40 bucks is going to be absolutely critical, and if that level of support happens to be broken to the downside, then watch out for SPC paying a visit to $33.82. But we can make the case that the fact that the bulls managed to find support today at 40 bucks is a good sign, and we can see the RSI on the 4-hour at 38 points. So Virgin Galactic is about to enter into oversold territory, and the last stock of this video is a stock that you guys really tell me to go over, Clover Health. So let's go ahead and take a look at good old Clover, ticker symbol CLOV. Clover went up today 4.42%, and it closed today's trading session at $9.68. So this is another no touch for me, even though the stock of this company went up today 4.42%. This stock had a very positive day, guys, from a technical standpoint. Take a look. Yeah, we can see a clear upstick over here. However, guys, we can make the case that tomorrow, we cannot even make the case. This is the most likely outcome over here. We are about to see a death cross on the 4-hour. We are going to see probably tomorrow the 50 SMA crossing below the 180 SMA at exactly $11 per share, which is $11.50, which is a very important area from a technical standpoint for Clover. And why? Well, because $11.50-ish is a previous area of support that already acted as such for Clover on 1 and 2 occasions before. This was back on February 5th, but it also acted as a resistance for Clover back on March 1st, and it also did it back on April 29th. So this is not a good sign, even though Clover had a decent day today. It had a good day. It went up 4.42%. But for me, in order to touch Clover, guys, I need to see the bulls taking on $11.50 and starting to consolidate slightly above that important area, that important level. Because I think, guys, that if the bulls happen to be rejected at $11.50 and we finally see, or if this death cross happens to finally unfold on the 4-hour, we could easily see Clover pay a visit to the next important area of lower support for this stock at $7.20. $7.20 is a previous area of support, of lower support, that already acted as such for Clover on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 occasions before. So this is a no touch for me unless I see Clover bursting above $11.30. And with Clover, I am going to wrap up the video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember, guys, and keep in mind that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to the channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. On our Instagram accounts, we are posting news and information on a daily basis, but most importantly, I am posting call-outs about the stocks that I am about to purchase throughout the trading session. So if you also want to have access to that content, go ahead and follow us on Instagram as well at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys tomorrow once again, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.